why you're not losing weight on a calorie deficit. You're eating in a calorie deficit, but the scale isn't moving. What's going on? You're tracking, you're trying, and nothing is happening. Is your metabolism ruined? In this video, we'll show you the real reasons you're not losing weight. And trust me, you don't want to miss number 4 because it's something 90% of people get completely wrong, and fixing it could be the breakthrough you need. As always, this video is educational and does not constitute medical advice. Weighing yourself incorrectly. So you step on the scale, and suddenly, you're up 2 pounds overnight. Panic sets in. Did you really gain fat that fast? Did all your effort just go to waste? Not even close. Here's what most people don't realize. Your weight can fluctuate by several pounds daily, and it has nothing to do with fat gain. It's just water retention, digestion, and other normal bodily processes at work. But here's where things go wrong. If you only weigh yourself once a week, you might step on the scale on a day when your body is holding extra water, maybe from a salty meal, a tough workout, or just natural fluctuations. That single weigh-in could trick you into thinking you're not making progress, or worse, make you give up completely. Instead, here's how to do it right. Weigh yourself every morning, right after using the washroom and before eating or drinking anything. Track your weekly average. Individual numbers don't matter, trends do. When you look at your weight over several weeks, you'll see the real pattern. That's when you'll know if your calorie deficit is actually working, and if the scale still isn't moving after several weeks, then it's time to dig deeper, because what we're about to reveal next could be the real reason you're stuck. By the way, if you find this tip useful, check out the quiz below to discover the best personalized wellness solution for you in just 60 seconds. Within a minute, you'll know exactly what's right for your wellness. You're losing fat, but not seeing it. Here's something most people overlook. You might be losing fat, but not seeing it on the scale. And that's because of something called body recomposition, which is when you lose fat and build muscle at the same time. If you've been strength training, eating enough protein, and staying consistent, your body could be changing in ways the scale won't show you. Think about it. Muscle is denser than fat, so if you're replacing fat with muscle, your weight might stay the same. But your body is getting leaner, stronger, and more toned. So how do you know if you're actually making progress? Forget the scale for a second and do this instead. Take progress photos, same lighting, same angle, once a week. You'll be shocked at the difference over time. Measure your waist, arms, and legs. If these are shrinking, you're losing fat. Track your strength in the gym. If you're lifting heavier weights or doing more reps, you're building muscle. The truth is, the scale isn't the only way to measure success. And if you focus too much on it, you might miss the real progress happening in the mirror. But what if your measurements aren't changing either? That's when we need to look at another major factor that could be secretly holding you back, and we're covering that next. By the way, if you find this tip useful, check out the quiz below to discover the best personalized wellness solution for you in just 60 seconds.
Ignoring lifestyle factors. Because weight loss isn't just about calories in, calories out. Your body is not a calculator. It's a complex system influenced by hormones, sleep, and stress. And if you're not paying attention to these, they could be silently sabotaging your progress. Let's start with sleep. If you're not getting enough of it, your body produces more ghrelin, the hormone that makes you hungry, and less leptin, the hormone that tells you you're full. Translation: you'll crave more food, feel less satisfied, and accidentally overeat. Then there's stress. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, a hormone that, in high amounts, can lead to water retention, increased cravings, and stubborn belly fat. Even if you're in a calorie deficit, high cortisol levels can mask fat loss on the scale, making you think nothing is happening when it actually is. And let's not forget hydration. Not drinking enough water can slow down your metabolism, make you feel hungrier than you really are, and even cause your body to hold on to excess water weight. So how do you fix this? Prioritize quality sleep. Aim for at least 7 hours every night. Manage stress. Try walking, deep breathing, or just taking breaks from the chaos of daily life. Stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Up next, we're tackling one of the biggest reasons people don't see results, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. By the way, if you find this tip useful, Check out the quiz below to discover the best personalized wellness solution for you in just 60 seconds. Not giving it enough time. Here's the truth. Fat loss isn't instant. Your body doesn't just burn a pound of fat overnight because you ate in a deficit for a few days. It takes time, consistency, and patience. Let's break it down. 1 pound of fat equals 3,500 calories. If your calorie deficit is 250 per day, it will take you 14 days just to lose a single pound. That's 2 full weeks for just 1 pound, and that's assuming everything is perfectly tracked and your body isn't holding on to water weight. The problem? Most people expect drastic changes too quickly. They check the scale after 3 days and get discouraged. But here's the reality. Fat loss is a slow, uneven process. Some weeks, you might lose a pound. Other weeks, your body holds on to water and the scale doesn't move at all. So how do you stay on track? Set realistic expectations. Aim for 0.5 to 2 pounds per week max. Track trends, not single weigh-ins. Look at your progress over weeks, not days. Be patient, trust the process, and don't panic over short-term fluctuations. Because the truth is, fat loss is happening, even if you can't see it right away. And if you jump ship too soon, you'll never see the results you're actually working for. But what if the scale really isn't moving after several weeks? That's when you need to look at another sneaky reason that could be secretly erasing your deficit. And that's exactly what we're covering next. By the way, if you find this tip useful, check out the quiz below to discover the best personalized wellness solution for you in just 60 seconds. Not accounting for hidden calories. Here's the sneaky truth. Hidden calories add up fast, and they might be the reason your deficit doesn't actually exist. You log your meals, and at the end of the day, your app says you've eaten 2,000 calories, perfect for your deficit. But here's what you didn't count. The tablespoon of olive oil you used to cook your eggs. That's 120 calories. The drizzle of dressing on your salad, another 80 calories. A couple of small bites of a friend's dessert, easy 100 calories. Just like that, you've eaten 300 plus extra calories, enough to completely wipe out your calorie deficit. And the worst part? You don't even realize it's happening. So how do you stop hidden calories from sabotaging your fat loss? Measure everything. Yes, even oils, dressings, and condiments. A little extra can make a big difference. Be mindful of small bites. Those little tastes throughout the day still count. Track liquid calories. Lattes, juices, and even that splash of creamer add up. Even if you're tracking, you might still be making one crucial mistake that throws everything off. And it's something almost everyone gets wrong. You don't want to miss this. By the way, if you find this tip useful, check out the quiz below to discover the best personalized wellness solution for you in just 60 seconds. You're not tracking the right way. Let's talk about the biggest tracking mistakes most people don't even realize they're making. 1. Trusting MyFitnessPal's database blindly. Ever search for grilled chicken on a tracking app? You'll find a dozen different entries, all with wildly different calorie counts. Some say 100 calories per serving, others say 200 plus for the exact same portion. Which one do you pick? If you're not careful, you could be undercounting hundreds of calories a day without even realizing it. 2. Measuring by volume instead of weight. A tablespoon of peanut butter? A cup of rice? If you're measuring like this, you're making a huge mistake. Let's do a quick test. Imagine 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. One is leveled off perfectly, the other, a heaping scoop. They look about the same, but in reality, the second one could have 50 to 100 more calories, and that adds up every single day. 3. Forgetting about liquid calories. Think drinks don't matter? They do. That morning latte, the splash of creamer, the healthy smoothie, they're all calories. And if you're not tracking them, they're adding up in the background. So how do you fix all of this? Track for accuracy, not just habit. Double-check food entries and choose verified sources. Weigh your food instead of measuring by volume. Use a food scale for precision. Don't ignore liquid calories. If you drink it, log it. But even if you get your calories right, there's another mistake that could be wiping out your progress completely. And that's what we're breaking down next. By the way, if you find this tip useful, check out the quiz below to discover the best personalized wellness solution for you in just 60 seconds. You're overestimating your calorie burn. So, you hit the gym, crushed a workout, and your fitness tracker says you burned 500 calories. Feels pretty good, right? But here's the problem. That number is probably wrong. In fact, research shows that most people overestimate their calorie burn by up to 70%. And even worse, fitness trackers and cardio machines can overestimate by as much as 24%. That means if your treadmill says you torched 600 calories, the real number could be closer to 450, or even less. Why this is a problem? Many people make the mistake of eating back the calories they burn from exercise, thinking they're staying in a deficit. But if those numbers are inflated, you could be erasing your calorie deficit completely, without even realizing it. It's like this. You think you burned 500 calories in a workout, so you reward yourself with a 400-calorie smoothie afterward. But in reality, you only burned 300 calories, meaning you've actually just wiped out your entire deficit. How to fix this? Stop relying on calories burned to determine how much you eat. Your body's energy expenditure is much more complex than a watch or machine can measure. Stick to a set daily calorie intake and don't adjust it based on exercise. Track weight trends over time. If your weight isn't dropping, adjust your intake, not just your workouts. Exercise is amazing for health, strength, and fitness, but it's not a free pass to eat more. And if you're not careful, it might be the reason you're not losing weight.
Check out this next video about calorie deficit and weight loss, and we'll see you there. Also, make sure to check out that link in the description for our best recommendations when it comes to calorie deficit and weight loss.